everyone in here should see the screen share. As we said before, because I think it was actually you, Kitao, asking for also votes and AMAs at different times, because yeah, when we do it in the evening for Europe, I think the Asian time zones are already asleep, I think. So with this, we want to cover it better with the different time zones. For this AMAs, because we will split AMAs now, we will have some fundamental AMAs going on, and we will have some, yeah, let's say normal AMAs going on. So in this fundamental AMAs, we would just want to give a quick recap of the coin, of our token itself, to for the new people to understand, hey, what are they doing, and what are the goals of the token itself. And then we will have, most likely towards the weekend, where everyone has more time to hop in and to listen, we have the bigger AMAs for everything also additionally around the token itself. I would say we can hop right into it. So you should all see it right now. All right. Um, so for the quick overview, BankersDream in a nutshell. At first, I would go over the taxes, because I already saw some questions in the chat regarding the tax, regarding the rewards. So for the taxes, it's pretty straightforward. We have a flat tax for buy and sell. We have 8% used as a BUSD reflection. This is the ones you see in all the screenshot shared in this Telegram chat with the BUSD rewards generated. So 8% of the whole buy and sell volume is used for the volume. 4% of our tax are used for the marketing and our community fund. So from the 4%, 1.5% are used actually right now for the community fund. We want to kickstart the fund pretty quickly. That's why we are right now putting, yeah, some good money into the fund consecutively to build it up very quickly, because it is our main utility. We have a 2% tax for a buyback and burn wallet. This buyback and burn is not automated. We have manual access to the buyback and burns. We can use them as we wish. So let's say, for example, if we accumulated a good amount of money in there and we see, all right, now the market is red, we can use it right now to buy back and to burn the tokens for the future. Right now we have sometimes votes going on to better use the funds in the buyback and burn wallet additionally for the community fund, just to give it a little head start, because as we all know, there are sometimes multi-million dollar projects out there in the crypto space which have zero utility going on at the moment, and we want to provide our main utility right from the start. That's why we are very keen to invest a lot of money into the fund itself. 1% is added to liquidity automatically. For the people who don't know why this is very important, you need this to get a healthy liquidity. It is very, very important for a project, especially in the early stages, to build consecutively a healthy liquidity, so the price doesn't, so a buy or a sell doesn't impact the price that much anymore over the time. As our features, we are in for the long term. We are in only for the reason to generate passive income. So we want to give strong incentives for the people checking us out to hold our token. Of course, not everyone will be willing to hold the token. For infinity, there are some people trading the token actually. People are free to do whatever they want. We just want to give the incentive out, hey, if you hold our token, we will be able to generate a lot of passive income for you in the future. This is for once granted with the BUSD rewards. This is actually running right now. Of course, the bigger your bag is, the more rewards you will receive. And additionally, the more volume we will be able to generate over the course of our time spent in the crypto space, we will be able to generate like pretty big amounts of BUSD. We are still very, very early, so I would say let's say it's never too late to build a decent bag. But I advise you to use our calculator in our DAPP. Just play around with some numbers, with some token amounts, which you think would be good for you, and just see how much rewards it will generate over time. So people are using it the way they have a certain token amount as a goal. They want to hold this amount of tokens and then just hold the tokens for the future. Let us put in the work, let the community drip in the work, which they are doing amazingly right now. And then we will be able to generate the passive income. Additionally, another passive income stream is coming from the fund in the future, but I will go into detail with that in a second. So this bubble right here, I will skip. We still haven't been able to take it out of the presentation. Don't wonder about this, because we will hop right into the Bankers Whale Fund. Wait a second, I got pinged here. We will see. I will go into the articles right after the presentation. Don't worry. Um, We have quite a fitting quote here. If you swim with sharks, make sure you have the appetite of a whale. We do all know the crypto space. It's a very volatile space. Sometimes psychology really plays around with the people because of big gains or also big dips sometimes. Um, just be sure to have a strong mentality. It helps a lot overall in the crypto space. Pick your investments wisely and do your own research. I can't outline this enough. You need to really make your research, because I saw already some people, or I did experience some people in the crypto space just aping into any project because they think, hey, this has a lot of hype right now. They're just aping in, and they haven't been doing their research before it. Um, Actually, with the fund, you are partaking as a holder in a lot of different projects. I will go into the strategy right now. We are using the marketing wallet, or better parts of the marketing wallet, to set up different fund investments. We are vetting the projects. We are looking for very bullish projects, as we have been doing right now with this Moon project. Just as a little insight for you guys, we do know the marketing team. They are also working with us very closely. They are very, very experienced. They are a fixed part of the Moon project team. And we did check it out. We did ask a lot of questions also for the upcoming utilities. And I have to say, this is a very, very nice project also for you guys to check out. They are very early. They just had the pre-sale, and they will be launching, I think, today at 18 UTC. I'm not exactly sure. I can drop it later in here if you want me to. Um, we will have different votes going on just to show the process. In the future, with a DApp, so you will be able to connect your wallet so only banks holders can participate in the votes, and also the more tokens you have, the bigger your votes will get. It's the same principle as for shares. And we will vet the projects. We will give different, as you saw over the course of the time right now, we did pump out some different votes, and we will not stop doing so because we really want the fund to be going. And most of the time, you can be sure the projects you see in there are what we consider safe. Of course, we do not know how the crypto space is reacting to especially early projects, but especially for existing projects, um, they are considered safe from our side, a good investment from our side to hold long term to mid-term, and you just need to choose which investment you think would be better for the fund itself. The yield generated. Of course, in the early stage, we will use the yield to compound into the fund to make it grow very fast, very big, or let's say as fast, as big as possible, because the fund separates us from other tokens very, very nicely. There is no other token running this kind of a fund. Of course, there are a lot of tokens investing money in different projects in the crypto space, but we have the goal to create passive income, let's say through staking. And this income will be in the future distributed to you as a holder of Bank's token. So even if we have zero volume in our token, you will still receive your passive income through our community fund. And even if Banks is going on a total roller coaster ride, up and down, you will receive additionally to the BUSD rewards the yield of the fund. So this is what makes us really unique. What people need to understand, this kind of utility, of course, needs some time to build up. We need some time for the protocols to develop, but we are on a very, very good path right now, checking in like decent amounts of money. At the moment, we are dollar cost averaging our investment, so we will never go all in one investment with the whole, let's say, cut of the fund we want to invest into the project. We will always dollar cost average because it gives, in the long-term perspective, most likely better results. The distribution of the assets in the fund itself, as you can see, with 10% we want to participate in ICOs. It's only 10% because ICOs are what we consider a very risky investment. You never know in which direction an ICO is going. And of course, if it's a yeah, very, very new team to the space, they still need to, yeah, get a good standing first, yeah, because of course we can vet the projects, we can do everything we are able to do to make it safe for the community fund to invest, but sometimes you just never know. Sometimes full docs teams with KYC and everything are still going to rug pull or to do something else to harm the project, so you are never 100% on the safe side with ICOs. 20% are used for staking. For example, right now we did acquire in the fund EarnHub, and the EarnHub is actually being staked. This is also the plan with the Moon we will acquire. We will be staking the Moon, and we will be additionally adding our fund investments, for example, in Moon and in EarnHub, and will additionally use this for staking as well. 30% are used for reward tokens. This is like, for example, our Evergrow coin investment. We did choose Evergrow coin just to give a little insight as an investment because they are a very, very big project in the BSC space. They are very, very based, and they will be rolling out different utilities in the first quarter of this year. So it's like a very good time to start building a bag for in Evergrow if you have been missing it early, and it's a very, very good long-term hold. 40% are kept in cash in the fund. Cash is just a financial term in funds. This is just a backup. If we see like an investment of us dipping really hard, so we could chuck in more money at a very good price, this money will be used for it. If we are looking into other investment methods, which we are looking right now but not using them at the moment, as for example yield farming, to generate passive income, these part of the fund will be used for it. We just want to be ready to react to different market situations. And of course, these pie chart, these percentages are not 100% fixed. They will change over time. We always need to be flexible in the fund to react to different market situations. The main point is still we are not actively trading the fund. We are looking for this long-term investments because what people do also need to understand, we are not looking for a quick 10x or 20x example for in the ICOs. We are looking to really strengthen the project, help it move forward, help to build good floors with our dollar cost average investments, and to keep pushing it forward. So we do have a better chance of gaining a 100x, a 500x, and so on. And this is what most people do not understand in the crypto space. Sadly, they are most likely in for the very, very short term in projects. You really need to hold the tokens. If you trust a project, if you trust the founders team, and if you trust the community as well of the project itself, just hold it. You will get very good results most likely in the crypto space. Of course, sometimes holding is the wrong answer to a certain project. But if it's a base project with good utility running, with a good community running, and a very transparent dev team running the project, you will be most likely on the safe side. So this for the distribution, quick overview. Yield distribution is also very, kept very simple in the fund. We will be using 75% of the yield generated by the fund to distribute to the holders. Same logic applied as for BUSD rewards. So the more of our token you hold in the future, the more you will receive from the fund itself. 25% are used for marketing slash charity. Marketing does include compounding into the fund itself. So if we aren't in need of any marketing money additionally, we will use the money to compound into the fund to help it grow faster. Charity, we want to, of course, if a project is having a good time, if a project is doing very well in the crypto space, we want to give back to people not that fortunate. Um, we didn't want to include a way taking active money out of the project. So let's say, for example, as a tax allocated to charity, we want a way we could maintain long term and we could maintain without harming the project, without taking active money out of the project itself. So with this, once the fund is running, we can also give a consistent way of donating money to different charities, which the holders will be able to choose. Same voting system as for the investments themselves. So with this, of course, we want to give back, but overall, a very easy distribution plan we have for the fund in the future. Of course, 75%, or we already received some questions. Hey, 75% is very high. Why don't you use more to compound into the fund? You need to understand we really want to give an incentive in the future for people to hold our token. And with the fund generating the passive income, the more the people will receive them from the fund, the more likely they will just hold our token, even if it sometimes dips down. Yeah, this is the most important part. They won't care about the chart that much anymore, and they will get independent from the chart itself, which is the goal we need to achieve, especially in the crypto space, because some people are looking 24/7 at charts, which I can tell you it is not healthy to look all the time at charts. Just give the process some time, trust the team, trust the community most of the times in different projects, and you will be on the good side. This is the quick fundamental overview of the project itself. I will just take a look really quick in the chat if there are questions. Can I ask question just the latest? All right. Regarding the press release, it should be released either today or tomorrow, I think, was the feedback from the marketing team. You need to understand we did activate it Sunday evening our time, so let's say Monday. We have a professional writer doing the articles for us, so he takes some time to write the articles for us. And additionally, it takes some time to distribute the articles to all the sources. We have around 600 press releases, including Yahoo Finance and Bloomberg. It takes some time for them to release the press release actually. But as soon as we have any news, as I said, I think it should be today or tomorrow when the press release will hit. And this is a very, very good way of exposure. It gives us a lot of exposure. So we are asking, the community did a very great job in the last few days. Just keep on. If you have the time, upvote Reddit comments, comment the Reddit, like and retweet our Twitter. Be sure to follow our Twitter and to join our subreddit. Every comment, every like really helps out a project. If you've seen the recent, yeah, I would say pump we had the last few days, it was only done with the community. The community did really go crazy in the last few days, and they did create a very, very big buy pressure. And this is what people need to understand. Of course, it's a lot on the dev team as well, but the community can really take a big part in helping us out there. We will keep it up. Remember, in about, I would say, 40 to 50 minutes, we did pay someone to get us onto the Crypto Moonshots Reddit in the trending. They are aiming for hot trending one. The community can really help us there to maintain a high trending spot for some time by just upvoting and commenting about our project on the post itself. So if you have the time, we would really appreciate it if you help us there. Crypto Moonshots Reddit is a very big subreddit. I think over 1.2 million people in there. Of course, not everyone in there is checking the Reddit constantly, but still we might be able to reach um, some people who haven't heard yet about our token. All right, disregarding the press release, I hope I can. Dale, you just sent a question in the chat. What volume, etc., do you think Banks has the potential of reaching? Any predictions? Um, it's hard for the team to give any predictions. If it's on the price or the volume itself, we it's very hard. We cannot give any predictions out. We are just putting the work in we are able to put in. We are very dedicated to this project, as you might be able to see already in the past few days and past few weeks. We're really dedicated to bring it to a success. As volume-wise, it's very hard to tell. Yeah, it's very hard to tell. I could just take a look at other reward tokens. Let's say, for example, let's just take Santa Coin. Yeah, it did have a very, very big run from November, I think it was. They one day had a volume of I think it was 17 million was the highest trading volume day. This is not a volume you can upkeep for a long time. So our main goal for right now, the near future, is a volume of around 200 to 400k. To maintain this volume, of course, we need to hit CMC first for it. We need to hit Coingecko first for it, just for the exposure itself. And because a lot of people are not investing in tokens, not being listed on CMC or Coingecko or both of them. We did apply for CMC. We did apply, yeah, it was this night for us. Let's see what they say. We would say it is currently with our numbers a 50-50 chance to get this listing through. Otherwise, we would just keep on working, putting our heads down and working towards more volume, more holders. And otherwise, yeah, hard to give any predictions. Also for the price, predictions are very hard for us. We just working to get the most out of the project. And yeah, I hope I could answer this Reddit questions. And also with the how much rewards with 100 billion, is this a decent amount for now? Definitely, definitely. 100 billion is a lot of tokens, especially if you take a look in the future. What I advise the people to do, just use our DAPP, the calculator in our DAPP. You can play around with different volumes, like also with a current volume of around 50k or 100k you can play around with, and you can just play around with the tokens being held. So you can see the potential, you can also see how much is generated in BUSD rewards at certain volumes with my current bag. We have some people, they did calculate, they did set a goal for themselves. They did say, okay, I want to reach exactly this amount of tokens, and then I will be happy for now. Just play around with the numbers. And you have to decide yourself if the rewards with the 100 billion are good or not. I would say every investment is a good investment into this project. Of course, spread your investments out additionally, but you have a very transparent and a very active team and a very active community in this project, which and we are all very dedicated to bring it to a success. All right, this for the questions in the chat itself. Do we have any questions from the people in the AMA right now? If you do not want to talk because we are recording it and uploading it to YouTube later, you can also write your question into the chat. Don't worry about this. All right, I can see a hand. So I would just go over some questions that, or better, two questions I did receive via direct message. For one, there is the question, another prediction question. Um, what market cap are you predicting for the coin? Um, Another very tough question. We do not want to answer it, especially with numbers. We are just putting all the work down we can do right now. We are on a very good floor right now. You have to say that we are holding a very good floor. So with the next push, there are very good chances to break the all-time high again. And just take a look at the development so far. You have to think we did come from a very low cap pre-sale. 75 BNB was the pre-sale. We did start with around 80k-ish market cap. So far we have been able to get some good growth in. And of course, this so far has hyped the community a lot. This has hyped the dev team a lot to just keep on pushing, keep on going. So yeah, we are not stopping. We do not have a limit. We do not give out any predictions on market caps. We do give out predictions for our fund itself. So also no limit, of course, in our fund. We do want the fund to grow as big as possible and also as fast as possible. So the more volume we will receive in our token itself helps our fund tremendously. The next question I received was for the fund. Do I have to additionally invest into the fund? No, you don't have to additionally invest money into the fund. It is the only qualification you need to have is to hold our token in your wallet. This qualifies you for the BUSD rewards, and this additionally qualifies you for the yield distribution of the fund itself. So it is just enough to hold the token. For the calculation process, we are using the same logic as for BUSD rewards. So of course, the more banks tokens you hold, the more participation of the yield you will receive personally into your wallet. And additionally, also the whole distribution process, of course, will be automated through a protocol. I can't sit there and calculate it for every one wallet single-handedly. We will distribute the yield automatically through a smart contract. All right, this was the two questions I did receive additionally. So are there any other questions? Just raise your hand, or I think some are unmuted already. You could just unmute yourself and talk to me, or you are able to just drop your question into the chat. Okay, okay. Additionally, for the people, we are looking for we are looking to build different language communities, just to have a place for, let's say, for example, the Chinese people to talk to each other and to have the community running by itself. We are looking for people willing to manage different language communities who think, hey, I am able to manage this and I could help you grow this community. So if you are willing to do something like this, just hit us up in a DM, or better, hit AJ up in a DM, because he's handling all of the whole process itself. And yes, otherwise, as I said before, Reddit post is coming, aiming for hot trending one. You all could help us there a lot to keep it up. For the exposure, the press release, as I said before, they aren't giving me any exact date, so I can't give out any exact dates. It should be either today or tomorrow with the press release, with the exposure coming from the press release. And also for Coinmarketcap and Coingecko, we did apply for them last night, and let's see what they are saying to our token. All right, if there are no questions. No, I don't see anything in the chat itself. I got pinged in the chat. Are you able to reply to the new posts? So it wasn't for me. Okay. Any update on CoinLooter listing? Yes, we will list on. We did, or let's say we will apply for CoinLooter later on. I just didn't have the time to do so. Yesterday I had a lot of vetting going on for the Moon project itself. If we wanted to invest in there, but it looks like. Let me take a look at the poll. Yeah, it looked like community wants us to invest in there. As we said before, we do not have a pre-sale spot. Oh, we didn't have a pre-sale spot, sadly. We were just too late for us to have a pre-sale spot. We will watch it. We will watch the launch of the project. We will look for good entry points. And then we will start staking Moon additionally in our community fund. All right. So for the future, these are just quick AMAs because, as most of you know, we all in the team have our daytime jobs. We still have our daytime jobs. Sadly, we can't do this full time already. But we want to give out different time zones. We want to cover more time zones. I think I will make another AMA this evening, just in case some new people joined which want to learn about BankersDream. And yes, otherwise, fundamental IMAs. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat or just DM one of us. If you don't feel confident to drop this question in the chat. And I would say, yes, hype the chat. We got a new family member bought with 2 BNB. Welcome him as he should be welcomed in our chat. No, all right. Let's keep on as a community, as a team. Let's work together to really really grow this project, to grow our fund, and just to sit back and enjoy our passive income. As you see, we're very dedicated. Even if the protocols aren't up yet, we are still looking for different investments. We are investing already. We want to break the 30K mark in a few weeks for the investments, but for this we really need to generate some volume. So the success of the token stands for the success of the fund, and the community can really help us out there. Spread it out in the world. I have to give a shout out to Balboa. If you can just scroll through the chat, he has a mug, a BankersDream mug. We did also share it in our official Twitter account. Take a look at it. It is a great mug. I love it. I totally love it. Everyone should have one of these mugs. When do I get my mug, Lo? Yeah, we do not have the merch set up right now. For the people not knowing, we have on the roadmap a merch store, which we want an opportunity for the people to buy, let's say, for example, mugs, and the money generated from the merch store will additionally fuel 100% our community fund. So it is not for us. Of course, we need to cover the cost, but we will only use this money to additionally fuel our community fund. We are full dedicated to the fund. We have the abilities to set up a very great fund there. As you all know, we all have financial backgrounds in our team. So yes, this yes, I want the mug too. Yeah, the mug is really great. I love it. When I saw it, I couldn't stop laughing. All right. So this for today. I will schedule another AMA for maybe this evening if I can do it. And of course, we will have daily AMAs from now on. So tomorrow will be the next AMA. And yes, if you have any questions, feel free to drop in. Otherwise, I would say thank you to the community again. Keep on the good work. We did really explode with the community work right now. Now let's use the press releases. Let's use the Reddit. We did grow so far to further strengthen our token and our position in the crypto space. All right. All right. I would say I would start right now in case someone is here who doesn't know the goals with our token. I will go over the basics really quick. Um, BankersDream itself, in a nutshell, pretty straightforward taxes. We can just take a look at them right now. We have 8% reflection in BUSD. Yes, it is distributed automatically. Yes, you can, if you really want to manually claim it once the contract sold for it. The contract is collecting the taxes until a certain threshold. It is around 6 trillion. Then it will sell our token for the BUSD rewards and start distributing. We have 4% running for marketing and our community fund. We have 2% in a buyback and burn wallet. The buyback and burn wallet is not an auto buyback and burn, it is a manual buyback and burn. So maybe someday we will decide to use it. And we have auto liquidity added 1%. Auto liquidity, very important to stabilize the price in the early days. It takes some time to make the price more stable, but once we are there, it is good. It's a good feature to have a healthy liquidity. Our features. So for BankersDream, the main goal for BankersDream is to generate passive income. So this is our main goal. People have to get this really in their head. We do want to generate passive income. The first stream of passive income is the BUSD rewards. We are working as a normal reward token. We are not the only reward token out there. This is no new concept, no new idea, but this is the first stream of passive income. The problem with reward tokens always is they are tied to the trading volume. So if there are low trading days or maybe sometimes also weeks, if the market is down and people are just simply not interested in the crypto space at all, you won't have that much of BUSD rewards. So HA and me, we did think, how could we battle this? The community brought up a very, very good idea. Um, it really fits the team because the team is consisting out of two bankers, one insurance agent, and one software developer. So this idea really, really fits to us. And we created Bankers Whale. Bankers Whale is a community fund, and this will be an additional passive income stream in the future. I will go into it more in detail later. Um, but yes, this is the main idea. We want to create passive income. We want to ah yes, Dale. Thank you. I'm supposed to share my screen. Good to have you in here. All right. Now you should see it. Sorry for this, but Dale is watching. Yes, as I said, we are looking to create a passive income token, a passive income generator. We want to give out a big incentive to hold the token. We want to give out a big incentive to hold it even for a longer period of time. Um, I will just go back into the taxes for one more second, just for the people to see it. As I said before, 8% reflection in BUSD. We have 4% used for marketing and our community fund, 2% for the manual buyback and burn, and 1% automatically added into the liquidity itself. This I can skip for now. We would just dig right into Banker's Whale itself. As we said before, this is the main utility. We are already actively investing into it. As a lot of you have seen already, we are giving out a lot of polls recently to invest in different projects, to invest in different strategies. Um, this is the main utility. So we really want to get this going pretty fast. Because as you might have noticed already in the crypto space, there are sometimes multi-million dollar heavy projects which have zero utility running. It was just hype, which brought them up. I'm not talking about the meme coins. I'm talking really about serious projects which haven't one working utility right now. We do not want to be like this, so we immediately started now investing into the fund, even if the whole basics of the fund are not totally ready yet. Um, for the strategy itself, we have a marketing wallet. As I said before, 4% of everything is running into the marketing wallet. We will use 1.5% of the overall tax to make investments into the fund. Um, what kind of investments? We are only looking for passive income investments. If you've seen the investments we've done recently, we've done Moonrock, we've done Evergrow, we have done EarnHub, and we will do a pretty early project, which is Moon. It is launching just at this second right now. So we will look for our entry point right there. But yes, these are the projects we are looking for, somehow generating passive income for us and also for the holders. We are vetting the projects. We are doing all the due diligence normally you would have to do. Of course, we want you all to take a deeper look into the projects themselves. We are only bringing up projects for the poll which we consider a good investment, which we consider a safe investment regarding the team and regarding the project itself. Once this fund gets rolling, of course, in the beginning we will compound a lot of the yield generated into the fund itself, just to grow it very big, very fast. But once we have it rolling at a certain point, we will start distributing part of the yield towards the holders. The distribution of the fund itself is pretty straightforward right now. This will change, this pie chart will change over time. It is just the early um, the early distribution we are planning for the fund. So we have 10% investments in ICOs slash very early projects, just for the reason we don't want to have a very big, very risky position in the fund, because this fund is not actively traded. We are not looking for a quick flip of 5x or 10x. We are looking for, especially in the early projects we are investing in, we are looking for a long-term holding. Because as all of you know, if we are investing in a very, very good project, providing utility and everything, we want to take the whole roller coaster ride with us and participate over the whole ride with the passive income. Especially for reward tokens, because as you know, the bigger your bag is in such a reward token, once this reward token gets rolling, maybe if it gets its additional utility out or something like that, it is generating big rewards for the big wallets. So this is where we are looking, or where we want to be with the community fund. We want to hold pretty big wallets of good projects generating us a lot of passive income. But this is also the reason why only 10% for the very risky part in the fund. 20% will be used for staking. So for example, our EarnHub investment is staked at the moment, and we are looking for a planned distribution of overall 20% of the fund. 30% is used for reward tokens. This is, for example, in Evergrow or also Moonrock, because Moonrock is reflecting in its own token. We can use this to sell the reflections off maybe someday. Right now we are compounding them. But yes, 30% overall used for reward tokens, pretty straightforward. 40% are used for cash reserve. Cash is just a financial term. It means we need to have this in some sort of, for example, BUSD, in some sort of pretty stable token, just as a reserve to act quickly on different market situations. So if there is, for example, an ICO we really want to get into, we need some cash reserve. If there is a bigger dip in a project we are already invested in and we see a good opportunity to dollar cost average into the project, then we need some cash ready to invest. Additionally, we are also looking into other investing methods, as for example yield farming. Of course, we need some money ready to start off other investment methods. Yeah, that's why we have right now 40% cash reserve. Of course, this will change in the future. The yield distribution itself, it will be done through a protocol. This protocol will automatically distribute the yield generated by the fund, or let's say better, 75% of the yield generated by the fund to the holders. There won't be, because I got this question already via DMs, once we are rolling this fund out for the distribution, we won't announce any exact date when we will pay out the things, just to avoid people just buying in at the, yeah, I said time limit before we distribute, and then selling it off after would just be, yeah, not good. 25% of the yield generated will be used for marketing. In marketing is also included compounding into the fund, because if we do not need additional marketing funds, of course we want the fund to grow bigger and bigger by itself. And also some part of the money will be used for charity, because if we have a good project going on, we do not want to forget people, which are just unlucky in life. We want to give back to the people, we want to give back to the environment and everything. So that's why we did come up with the charity idea. We are using the charity idea only in the fund distribution, just straight for the reason because we do not want to take active money out of the project itself. We do not want to have a tax solely allocated into charity, because this would mean we would be taking project or better money out of the project directly and would use it for donations and charity. With this way, we will be having a much more consistent and friendly, project-friendly way to donate money to charity. Of course, the charities will be chosen by you. Same part for the investments. People can always hit us up in a DM, propose us some different. We already got a lot of proposals of different projects. They can show us some projects. Please always feel free to also show us some ICOs, different ICOs. We will then take a look at them and we will check if this is a good investment for the community fund itself. This for the fund, the quick overview of the fund. Why is it so unique now in the crypto space? People have to understand only solely one thing. As soon as the fund grows big and is able to distribute good yield to the holders in a consistent way, it doesn't matter what our trade volume is. Even if we have 0 trades going on, 0 buys, 0 sells over the course of 1 week, we would still be able to distribute yield of the fund towards the holders. So this is a very consistent way of generating passive income. And additionally, it doesn't matter what kind of roller coaster ride the token is taking. If you are looking to really generate passive income with our BankersDream token, you would just need to hold it. Yeah, once we got the fund rolling, once we are able to distribute the yield of the fund, you will receive your consistent cut of the yield. It doesn't matter if the token is up 100%, which is, by the way, always very nice. Yeah, Don't get me wrong here, but it also doesn't matter if we are down, if we are dipping 30% negative. Yeah, it doesn't matter because we are still generating the passive income additionally to to the BUSD rewards. Don't forget this. And as people might have noticed already, we are still a very young token, a very small token. Um, and we did already distribute a good amount of money in BUSD rewards towards the holders. So yes, this is just an additional way of passive income. Of course, this is our main utility. Of course, we aren't stopping right there. We have a launchpad planned with our little twists to the launchpad itself. We do have some other things planned, like for example, this is just a small idea we want to do. We want to make a merch shop just for people, for example, let's say with a mug. People are able to buy a mug, and the earnings from the sale itself of the mug will be 100% put into the fund itself. Yeah, these are all everything in our ecosystem is aiming to generate passive income for the holders and of course also for the team, because I can say so far the team is also not taking active money out of the project. We do limit us to the same income methods the holders themselves have. So if we generate a lot of BUSD rewards, we as a team are happy, the holders are happy because we as a team are actually earning money. If we get the fund rolling and we are able to distribute the yield out there, the holders are happy, but also the team is happy because we can also take our cut of the yield itself. This is the main idea. We want the community and the team have equal chances to be successful in this project. So yes, this is the way we want to do it. And additionally, we want to create with the BUSD rewards, with the fund itself, a very big incentive to hold for the holders. As you might have noticed right now from the recent, it was a pretty big pump up. Of course, we are in a little correction right now, but we are holding a very high floor compared from where the pump did begin. So this is actually really amazing. This was solely done by the community. It was 100% community work. Of course, we are also as a team, we are doing our part in the shilling and posting and everything and commenting and liking. So yes, if you post something on social media, please always feel free to just share it in here. If you see a post or like, let's say a Reddit post or something, and if you have the time to do so, just go there, comment it, or only like it. Yeah, it doesn't matter, because every like, every comment is really helping with the exposure itself. Um, yes, this would be the quick overview. As I dropped it in the chat late, I think like an hour before, I might be able to give out the sneak peek for the press release. So the article itself, I might be able to share with you. I will just check if it's okay for the writer to share it in here before the actual press release. I can't give an exact date for the press release because, as I said, we are doing this through an agency. We are having professional writer for it. We do not know when Yahoo or Bloomberg or I don't know about around 600 different sources it will be. We do not know when exactly they will um, yeah, release these articles. But as soon as I get some info on this one, I will of course let everyone in here know. Otherwise, does anyone here has any questions? Because I can't see a hand right now. All right, and I will just go over um, to other questions I did receive. I did answer them already, but it's no problem at all. Um, the BUSD rewards, they are distributed automatically. They are not distributed all the time. They are just distributed once the contract sells. So the contract is collecting the tax for around a certain threshold of around, let's say, around 6 trillion it is, then a cell will trigger the contract to sell off and then distribute the money and everything. You will automatically get the BUSD. It might take, like, let's say 20 minutes, 30 minutes for you to receive them in your wallet, because the contract will distribute it with every transaction happening to around 4 to 8 wallets. Um, if you're really looking forward, if you really need that BUSD from the distribution, you can force the distribution by just, let's say, for example, buying one bank's token. This will automatically force the distribution, or you can make it a lot easier. You can just go into our DAPP. You can connect your wallet, and you will be able, if there are rewards pending, you will be able to automatically claim them. I advise not to do so unless you are really keen to get the BUSD into your wallet, because you have to pay the gas fee yourself if you are manually claiming the BUSD rewards. Another question I got was, when will the fund start distributing the yield? It's a very good question. We need to build the fund first. Yeah, as you might notice, we are actively right now investing into the fund. We are locating a lot of money into the fund, and we are also looking to get everything ready from the protocol side. So we do need 2 more protocols. We need, for once, the distribution protocol, because I cannot airdrop the rewards manually. This is not possible for me. And for once, the voting system itself. The voting system is like kind of a mini DAO. So it's a bit complicated to set up, but it takes some time. Let's say it this way: it takes some time to set up and to get everything working at 100%, because you will be most likely able to connect your wallet onto another DApp, and there you will be able to vote. You will have votes. Um, the bigger your bag is, the more voting power you will have. It is the same as for the BUSD rewards, and it is the same principle for shares and companies. The more shares you hold, the more voting power you have in the company. It's the same principle. It takes some time, but of course we are really trying to push this to a working utility, to a 100% working utility, and or better, in the process of getting everything ready, we are already investing some good money into the fund. We are looking to compound the yield generated so far into the fund, and yes, we can really make it a very good project, because you have to remember one thing. The team needs to deliver the utilities and all the basics, and then the community has to work with the team. So far, I have to say, amazing work also by the community itself. It was a pure community push we had so far in the last few days. Yeah, was all community work. A lot of Reddit has been done, and Dale is still keeping it up constantly every day. Moneybin, I see also a lot, and Harry and everyone participating in these constant chills. Your really big thank you to everyone in here. And as I said before, every like, every comment is very valuable for the project itself. Just spread the word. Um, it's especially for early projects. The hardest part is to get recognized by others, because we do not have a lot of mouth to mouth marketing. We do not have the options to roll out a very big marketing campaign. Of course, we are rolling a very consistent organic marketing campaign, so we do not want to have this big pump and dumps. We are rolling a very consistent way. We did it, I think, a week or a few weeks before with Poocoin ads. We did have constant coin mooner ads. We did have, of course, we are using also some shout out channels. additionally to this exposure strategy. But as you might be able to see right now with the press release we will be having with around 600 sources, we really want to create a lot of exposure. Now, it is a slower way to grow, but it is in the end the more healthy way to grow. Now, we are creating a lot of exposure. As you might see, there are, yeah, constantly people joining. Of course, not everyone will be writing into the chat because he simply maybe just doesn't want to. They are doing their due diligence. They are just looking at the project. Maybe they will invest with smaller amounts right now. They will take a look how this goes off, and then they maybe will invest some more money into the project. So this is the way we want to grow. It's a very organic way of growing, but I can tell you, I can assure you, it is a very good way of growing because it also grows exponentially. And of course, I can just see it right now in the chat. You're totally right. Consistency is key. This is true. We need to have this consistent upvotes on Reddit, the consistent comments on Reddit. You are all doing a very, very great job so far. And additionally, of course, we need to have this consistent exposure from paid marketing, if it is articles in Yahoo Finance or Bloomberg, or if it is Poocoin ads or CoinMuna ads. Yeah, it doesn't matter right now, but we need this consistent exposure. Yeah, we need this consistent flow of members joining, and at some part something will happen like we had the days before. Some buys will trigger some other buys, then this buys will again trigger another buy, and this will end in a whole FOMO as we had before. It is a very, very consistent way of marketing we are rolling out, and a very healthy way to grow. I just see 1.19 BNB. Welcome to the family. A very good decision investing into us. Um, yeah, as I said before, a very consistent way, and these consistent ways are creating a lot of exposure to us. Um, Keep it up. Great work, very great work so far. Big thank you. As you could see, we try to give back to the community with some little shilling contests or stuff like that. There's a lot more to come in the future, but otherwise, yes, a big thank you to everyone. Just going through the questions right now. Press release. Yes, press release. I can't announce a date because I simply don't know the exact date since we've done it through an agency. Um, but maybe I will be able to share the sneak peek in the chat. It is a very well written article, I have to say. It is looking like a fact sheet for a fund. Um, I have at work every day, so a very professional article, I have to say. Uh, no question, but just wanted to thank the dev team and community for all the hard work. Yes, Dale, thank you. Thank you for your hard work. The, if for the people not knowing, Dale was this little flame missing to ignite the whole community. And when he has joined, he just started chatting with the community. He started pushing the Reddit up, and this ended in a 2 days straight FOMO of buying and buying. Very nice job there, Dale. A great man. Getting to know him better and better every day, I have to say, is a great person. And of course, everyone else here in the community is also perfectly in here. Otherwise, um, do I have some more questions in my DMs? Just let me take a look. This seems good. This seems good. I can see a raised hand in here. Okay. Um, as I said before, for the people not knowing, I had an AMA at, what was it? I think 12 UTC, or when it was um, already another fundamental AMA. We just need to keep them a little bit shorter if we're doing so many of them at the moment, because as you might know already, we still have our day jobs. We still have to do a lot of work on the side. We are still trying to do the daily armor. I think the daily armor shouldn't be a problem, but I don't know if we are able to do the 2 AMAs in a day to cover different time zones. We will have longer AMAs going more into detail in the future and everything at the weekends. So be sure to join on the weekends. Um, Otherwise, if I can't see any other question right now, I would say thank you. Thank you a lot for participating. I hope I could clear out a few things. We are working in the background a lot on some different things. One more question regarding the fund I had received. Someone did ask me if the holders are able to see the development of the fund. Yes, you will be. We are currently working on an some how do you call it, some sort of overview of the fund in our website, which will be showing the percentage gain, the percentage lost, and the current positions we have running in the fund. So it is on the it will be on the website anytime soon. Take some time to implement the new things. As we said before, we just wanted to kickstart the fund. We wanted to start the first investments in the fund. Um, and until we have the rest ready, there will already be a good portion grown in the fund, and maybe we will be able to distribute the first yield already. Otherwise, yes, we applied for CMC and CG. Take some time for them to check. Um, I got the feedback. It's like a 50-50 chance to list or not to list. So I can't give any details on the listing or whatsoever. I can only tell you we did apply for the listing. Otherwise, no. As soon as I have the okay to release the article itself for the press release, I will share it in here. Um, and yes, these are the questions so far. Otherwise, a big thank you to the community. Keep it up. We did have a poll running of how did you get to know BankersDream. It was a lot of mouth-to-mouth marketing done by the community itself. So, yeah, keep it up, people. You all are doing a great job, a very great job. And we will get back to work right now because we have some more things to do. All right. Thank you everyone for
Is there,
participating.
hey guys,
Yes, Moneywin, how are you?
how are you? And yourself? I thought I'd say hello and thanks again for the hard work, team. Is there anything from the community side that we can do with regards to the CMC listing or Coingecko listing? Anything we can do? Any thresholds that we need to hit, or is it just a wait and see situation?
It's honestly, it's just at the moment a wait situation. Of course, it doesn't hurt to grow in holders. We did hit like we are a bit short. We have been for the 100K volume, but we have a very healthy liquidity, I have to say. So literally, it's just a wait situation. If we can hit it already, of course, we might get rejected. This isn't bad at all. Some projects do get listed very late at CMC. It isn't bad at all. But of course, we want to list there as soon as possible. So the best thing the community could do is just keep up this constant exposure done, and just to keep us help us to get a lot of exposure. We are seeing a lot of people joining. Of course, not everyone joining will be writing here constantly in the chat. As I said before, a lot of the people are watching. We can give them as a community a good feeling. If there are any questions and they are not instantly answered, just answer them as a community. Yeah, this is the biggest part the community can do. I hope I
Perfect.
could give you a little bit of an
Perfect. I
insight
see Dale
into.
was saying it's $10,000 to list. Yeah, $10,000 to list. I think that's a bit.
Uh, even if you pay for a
So,
fast track listing, because we are, if we list, we are paying a little bit of money. Don't spread this out there right now. It's just a little insight from me.
right.
We, even with the paid fast track listing, it isn't. It's still a chance that you will get
No,
rejected if you don't meet the certain certain thresholds by CMC. There's still a chance that you will not get listed. I think the best chance you will have to get instantly listed is to have a Certec audit, at least. Then you have very, very big chances to get listed. But yeah, as I said before, even the paid fast track listings are no 100% guarantee that you will get listed. Just to make this clear.
100%. Yeah. Or we could use the $10,000 in investments instead of
Yeah,
bringing it at
definitely,
the wall, and let's hope
definitely.
we get fast tracked. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. I
100%.
think this is a lot gives us more value in the long term if we invest a lot of money into our community fund. But yeah, definitely, we are looking for a CMC and CG listing, because not it's not only the holders who want to see the price in their Trust Wallet or MetaMask. Of course, it's also the team who wants to see the price in Trust Wallet and MetaMask. So yes, we are really looking forward to the if we can pin the listing. Otherwise, we will just keep up the work. As we can see, we are able to grow a lot even without CMC or CoinGecko. People just tend to have the feeling that you can only grow if you are CMC listed. This is not true. Yeah, Evergrow Coin did list on Coinmarketcap when they were at what I think around 50 million market cap. Of course, they had a lot of aping into Evergrow Coin going on. They had a very big hype going on, but yeah, this is just what I wanted to give out. Um, we can be successful in the early stage even without CMC, and we as a community, I think we did show it already in the last few days.
Exactly. Lots of pushing from Dale. Well done. Harry as well, AJ. I don't know the other names, but I've been watching as well. A lot of push, etc. I was very active on Twitter today, trying to get some more people in. Looking at influencers, crypto influencers, etc., and chatting up to them. And it does take a lot of time. It's a lot of time to get them interested or looking at things or liking comments and stuff like that. But going forward, definitely we'll be pushing that. I know Dale's very active on the Reddit. I think it's a good approach. I'm going to focus on the Twitter side and do the Reddit as I can. But I think if we cover both mediums, I think we should get a good response. Each one's going to take
Definitely.
their own sort of time to to bring in the new investors, attract new clients, etc. Or let's call them bankers. To get involved in this, future bankers.
Yes,
But
definitely.
yeah, so I'm excited to see the project grow. Really, you can see, I definitely thanks Del for actually his hard work, because without him, I wouldn't have seen this and then jumped in and went, let's go balls to the wall on this thing, because we can
Yeah,
only grow, right?
yeah, definitely, definitely. We just need to keep the work up. Yeah, we shouldn't stop doing all the work. We should just keep it up. I just see a snapshot from Mitch here in the chat. Happy to be here. Nice wallet, man. Let's go. Yeah, we
Wow, I
just
want
need
that
to.
wallet. I want that wallet.
Yeah, it is a good wallet already, I have to say.
Phew. Well done, Mitch. Well done.
Yeah, definitely. Well done, man. No
Looks very
other.
healthy.
Yes. No, otherwise, I would say keep the work up, everyone. Amazing work so far. I have to say, as we said before, of course, we did run some campaigns on the site as well. But I would say the last push we got was a lot of people watching us already, and then Dale igniting the flame and getting the first initial pump in, and then it just started. So yes, definitely we having a very, very healthy correction right now. We are holding a very high floor. So maybe with the next push we will be ready to hit all-time high again. Let's see. We will be working for that. And yeah, keep it up, everyone. Can't say thank you enough to the community. Great work. Um, a lot of great ideas reaching us also. So yes, I would say I would end the video call right now if there are any questions left. Okay.
Um,
Um,
just a, just a quick thing. Can you run over some? Can you run over some additional sort of planning for the future of the coin, etc., just for the newbies that are joined us? The people that haven't gone too far into detail, just on the tokenomics, and if you want to go over that.
did some new people join in here right now? All right, didn't
Yeah,
didn't
just
see it.
anybody that's
Yeah,
listening.
no problem,
Yeah,
no
just
problem. I will just give a quick recap over the tokenomics itself. Wait,
thank you.
one more step back. So, for the token itself, a quick overview. Um, the tax is pretty straightforward for BankersDream. We are having 8% BUSD reflections, which are automatically distributed. So our contract is collecting the tax and is selling at around a 6 trillion threshold. And once the contract sold, it will start to distribute the BUSD reflections automatically into your wallets. Just be sure to add BUSD to your wallet to receive them. Um, we have 4% running into marketing and the community fund. We have 2% buyback and burn, which is done manually. And we have 1% added into liquidity automatically. We do really need the 1% just to build up a very healthy liquidity over time. Um, as our features, because if you haven't recognized it already for the new people who have joined recently, BankersDream is a token looking to generate passive income. Um, the features of the token itself are, for one, of course, the BUSD rewards, which are giving the first incentive for the holders to just simply hold the token, receive the rewards, and do whatever they want with the BUSD. And the other way around is the community fund itself. I will go into detail on the community fund shortly, but the community fund is giving us the second source of income, and you can consider it the main utility of our project. The bigger our project grows, of course, the bigger will our fund grow, and with a very big fund, we will be able to distribute a lot of yield to the holders themselves. And additionally, we are independent of the trade volume, which is the biggest problem of reward tokens, because there will be days which have a low trading volume. If you compare our trading volume right now in the last 24 hours, it is like around 10 or 12K. I think when I last saw, we did hit nearly 100K trading volume in the past days. So yes, of course, this is changing a lot. Of course, the trading volume will grow bigger and also in a more consistent way once we have reached a certain market cap. But additionally, just especially for a very early token, we cannot create a constant 100, 200, 300K trading volume constantly. Yeah, this is just not possible with the exposure level we have right now. Um, I will just jump because this bubble is a bit useless. Still, no one has been taken it out of the presentation. The Bankers whale itself, as I said before, this is our main utility um, for BankersDream. We are building a fund investing into different projects in the crypto space. Our strategy is pretty straightforward. We have the marketing wallet, which collects a certain marketing tax, and some part of the tax is used for fund investments. If you haven't seen already, right now we are taking Telegram polls, or we are using a lot of Telegram polls for the community to decide if we should hop on an investment or if we should invest in a certain project. The The projects we are proposing to the community are fully vetted. All of us, all of the team members did take a look at the projects. We did take a deeper look at the team themselves. So especially for early projects, we want to really have a good feeling about the project. We wouldn't be investing, or we wouldn't propose an investment in a project in the community fund if we wouldn't think it is a good investment itself. Um, just a bit of background knowledge for the people not knowing it already. The team itself is consisting of two bankers, one insurance agent, and one software developer right now. So the core team. We do know how to vet different financial projects. And we do also have the knowledge, especially with the connections we did build, to say if a project could be successful or is most likely not successful um, in the terms that we want it to be successful. We are not actively trading the fund. This is also a very important keynote. We are only looking for long-term investments, which will be generating passive income to the holders. Because as you can see, the next, or better, the last step of the strategy is to distribute yield to the holders. Um, for the fund itself, the planned distribution, we have 10% planned in ICOs. It is the smallest part of the fund at the moment, of course, because it's also the riskiest part. With ICOs, it's also including very early investments, as for example for Moon that we had the people voting on in the last Telegram vote. Um, we will have 20% used for staking. We will have 30% of the fund used for other reward tokens, let's say, for example, Evergrow coin. Um, in the staking terms, we have, for example, EarnHub. EarnHub investment, we did already stake it on the EarnHub dashboard because we do not want to miss on the additional income through the staking because we will hold it anyways, so it doesn't matter at all. Um, 40% right here are listed as cash. Cash is just a financial term for a reserve. We will hold it most likely either in BUSD because it is a stable token, gives the most security. We need a little bit of cash in reserve in the backhand because if a project we already invested in is dipping and we see a good entry point for us, we want to be ready. We want to have the money ready to invest in the dip. This, of course, especially for ICOs, especially for these early tokens that have been running, it will be a little bit of a help to find a good floor. So we want to additionally, of course, strengthen the projects we are invested in. This is very important in the later stages of the community fund. Once we have it going at a decent size, of course, we will have the funds to make reasonable changes maybe in the chart of the token itself. So if you see it dipping, we might be able to reverse the whole trend of the token with the fund. And this is what we are aiming for, especially for the early projects. We want to additionally strengthen them because, as you might already notice, we are only investing long term. So we do really want the project we are invested in to be successful, especially in the long run. We want to build a very big bag in the project we invest in to generate a lot of income for us and for the holders. Additionally, this 40% cash reserve will be used for other passive income generating methods, as for example yield farming. We do not have it implemented right now. And also different methods of generating passive income. There are a lot of methods in the crypto space. We will be adding other ways consecutively. We just can't do it everything at a very early stage. Right now, we need to build the basics of the fund. We need to get the first investments rolling, which we do already have. So for the people not knowing it already, we did invest so far in Moonrock. We did invest in Evergrow coin, we did invest in EarnHub, which got staked, and we are looking for an investment in Moon, which has been launching, I think, 50 minutes ago. We will look at the chart. We will seek a good entry point because they are actually giving very good staking options, and yeah, it's a very interesting project which has recently launched. We want to get in and build a decent bag. Oh, what? It appears all new members can speak. I have to unmute everyone. Um, yeah, they will be able to raise their hand, Dale, if they have a question later on. I will be asking later on. Um, all right. This for the planned distribution. Can it just so then we will be jumping into the yield distribution. So once we have the fund rolling, of course, especially in the early stage of the fund, we want to compound the yield generated by it into the fund itself, solely for the reason to grow it in the fastest way possible to a decent size, and to be able to have a very good foundation in the fund. 75, whoopsala, 75% of the yield generated will be in the future distributed to the holders. Um, 25% will be used for marketing, because I already had this question a lot of times. Marketing does also include in this section compounding into the fund itself. So if we do not need additional marketing money, we will compound the part, or better the chunk used for marketing into the fund, back into the fund. Because some people did already mention, hey, 75% is very generous. It is a big amount of money distributed in the future. Yes, this is true, but this is the whole concept of the fund itself. We want to grant different sources of income for the holders. There's also charity in the 25% batch of this planned distribution. We did add charity into the fund itself because we want to create a consistent way of being able to donate to charity without taking active money out of the project. Of course, charity is never wrong, but especially in a DeFi project as we are right now, it would just hurt to take active money out of the fund. Not out of the fund, out of the project. So we want to be taking the money out of the yield generated by the fund himself, which will be giving us a very consistent way, or let's say better possibility, to donate to charity. Charity will be in the same way as the investments itself. So every community member holding banks in the future um, will be able to vote on the investments we have vetted on the projects we have vetted on, and this also applies for the charity. We will pick out different charities which people of the community propose us, and then we will give it to a poll in which charity we should donate money to. This for the distribution and a, yeah, pretty quick fundamental overview over the community fund. Um, this is, or can be, let's say it can be, because of course we do not have it rolling right now, but it can be a game changer for the passive income generation in the crypto space. We are a very unique project. I do not know another project. Of course, there are a lot of projects creating funds and everything, but we do not know another project fully focused with a fund on creating passive income, especially passive income which is distributed to the holders themselves. This makes us very unique and very outstanding. And right now, this is just a numbers game with exposure, which I said before already. So we are very thankful for everyone in the community spreading it out to the people. We are very happy to have the people partaking in our Reddit, upvoting us, commenting us. I can assure you we did have already very good results recently with our Reddit chills as a community. And I can say every single upvote, every like, every retweet, it helps us tremendously with the exposure. So we are very thankful if you have the time, and also if you want to do it. Yeah, we do not want to force anyone to do so. If you do want to do it, just take part in the shilling. I can tell you the last pump we did have starting a few days ago, it was all ignited by by Dale. I do need to give him constantly shout outs. um, it was ignited by Dale. He did join the Telegram. He was did join us an investor in our Telegram, and he started just pumping out Reddit posts, asking the community to help us with the Reddit posts, and yes, helped a lot. Ignited a lot. Started a big FOMO trip towards a very nice new all-time high. Now we are sitting in the correction right now, which is very healthy. Of course, a chart cannot pump always straight up. This is not healthy at all. Now we are sitting in the correction at the moment. And yes, it is a very, very healthy correction. We are holding a very, very high floor, I have to say, from the point. If you take the point which the pump started on, we are really holding a very, very high floor, which additionally shows the trust of the community and the bond between the team and the community, because I think we are really having a good bond going on from the community. They are putting a lot of work in. Everyone is doing work here in the community. Everyone is upvoting us, shilling us, commenting about us. Great work we have so far in this community. Can only say a big thank you for everyone. Yeah, got carried away there a bit again. For BankersDream, to get back to focus, BankersDream, yes, the community fund is a very unique way of generating passive income, a very outstanding way, because I do not know another project tackling passive income in this way. Of course, in the future, we want to have a whole ecosystem surrounding passive income. Yeah, we want to have a launch pad in which we want to add our personal twists just to make it safer, especially for the investors. And yes, a lot to come in the future. But with the fund itself, as we said before, this is our main utility. This will always be our main utility, because the people need to understand, as soon as the fund hits a certain level, it will generate a lot of income, and this will give us a very consistent way of distributing yield towards the holders. It doesn't matter if our volume in our Bankers Dream token is at a level of $1,000 a day or $1 million a day. Of course, 1 million is a lot nicer for the BUSD rewards, but it simply doesn't matter. For the fund, it is a very unique way of tackling passive income. And the bigger the fund is able to grow, of course, the bigger the yield will grow and the bigger will be the distributions themselves for the holders. I'm just right now just scooping over the chat because I think there was a question for the team here. Is BUSD paid out based on time in, amount you hold, both, or am I way off? Sorry if you already answered this question. It is a very straightforward formula. It is based on the amount of tokens you are holding, not the amount of time you are holding, really solely on the amount of tokens you are holding. There's only one limitation. You need to hold them at least 1 hour. Otherwise, you won't be able to receive any BUSD rewards. If you're looking for a way to calculate, especially your personal wallet, you can jump into our dashboard, into our DAPP. We have a calculator there. in which you can put in your personal wallet, the amount of tokens you are holding, and you can play around with different volume levels. So there you will be able to see right out of the formula how much BUSD rewards there will be generated for you. I hope I could answer the question. Just scooping through the chat if there is another question. So the bigger the bag you hold, the more rewards. Exactly. The bigger the bag you hold, the more rewards you will get. Of course, it is more rewarding for people going in with bigger amounts of money. They are also taking bigger amounts of risk. So yes, you're still all very, very early on the journey of BankersDream. Ah yes, Robert already said calculator in DAPP on website. Okay, no more question in the chat. For the people who have just joined recently, I will just also give a quick recap. We will be having a press release, a pretty big press release in 600 different sources, including Yahoo Finance and Bloomberg and everything, just to get the most out of exposure for the press side. I can't give the exact date when it will be released because I simply don't know the exact date because we are doing everything through an agency. I might be able to share a sneak peek of the article itself. I did ask the writer of the article if it is okay for me to share it in our group. If I'm able to share it, I will definitely share it with you. Otherwise, yes, we applied for CMC and CG. Right now, I would say we have around a 50-50 chance um, of them getting us into CMC and actually CG. So yes, we will just wait. Keep up the constant exposure. It is working. We have people joining. We have people watching us already, and keep it up. You all are doing a very great job in the community. Okay, no additional question in the chat right now. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. If you do not want to speak because this is getting recorded, so we can upload it to YouTube. There is a question. Blaine Garfield, you just need to unmute yourself, then you can ask your question.
Hey, I came up on you guys on Crypto Moonshoot. I just joined in with you guys. How do I get into messaging on the Telegram? I haven't seemed to be able to do so yet.
All right, all right. Welcome in, man. Welcome in. Uh, Hello?
Did you hear me?
Didn't hear you. Now I can hear you again.
Sorry about that. No, it was just like I said, I came along on Crypto Moonshoots and kind of bought a little bag. I was just curious how do I get accepted on be able to message on the Telegram that you guys have? I haven't seemed to be able to do that yet. Was there a
Oh,
message on there that I needed to tap?
yes, there was a captcha you needed to tap. Could you try
Okay, I must have missed that.
could you try to write in the chat right now?
Yeah,
If
let
it
me try.
if it works for you?
Awesome. Got it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Ah, you got it? Perfect, perfect, man. All right, now you are able to write. Perfect. Now, happy to have you here, man. Um, enjoy your journey with us.
Yeah.
Get to know us. Get to know the team, the community. Can assure you we are very transparent. I think the people which have traveled with us so far can confirm this. We are a very transparent team. So if there are any questions, just always feel free to ask in an AMA or just in the chat. Or of course you can also always DM me. It might take some time until I see it because I'm pretty flooded with DMs at the moment. But
Yeah, I
yes,
understand. I
yeah,
appreciate it, by the way.
Yes, yes, definitely. Happy to have you here, man. Happy to have you. And now that you can write, you can actually be part of the community. Okay. All right. Do we have additional questions in here? No more questions. Okay. If you do have any questions, as I just said, always feel free to drop them in the chat or DM one of us, one of the team members, one of the mods. We will be happy to help you out there. All right. No more questions. Um, I would have to say a big thank you again to everyone. Amazing journey so far. Let's keep it up. I really think with this high floor we are holding right now, I think the next push we can create if we as a community really get on the push and start creating more and more exposure for it, I think we will be able to break the next all-time high with a bigger push. Um, Happy to have everyone in here, and yes, spread the word of BankersDream. The only thing holding us back at the moment is, I have to say, is the exposure itself, and we are working on that community, doing their thing to help us on there, and definitely we will keep it up. We will keep working. Big thank you to the community, and otherwise I would say thank you for attending the AMA. Remember, if you have the time, if you really want to take part, we will have daily AMAs, or we are having daily AMAs so far. If you miss it, don't be sad. We are recording every AMA and uploading it to the YouTube for the people who have missed it. Otherwise, yeah, as I said before, big thank you. Thank you for coming in, for participating, and we will we will hear each other again. The latest thing is tomorrow, I think. Thank you, everyone. Have a good one.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
Yes,
much. Have
Manny.
a good day, evening, wherever you guys are from, and welcome new members. Thank you guys for joining and spending some cash with us because we're all going to benefit. Fill those bags, babies. Fill those bags.
Yes, definitely. Fill them. All right, people. Good to hear you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you so much. Cheers.